Hey, what's up, YouTube? J-Dub here. Just a quick note before I get into this Raw review for the episode that aired May 11th, 2009. Just like to say thank you so much to all of my 777 subscribers. You know, if I was at the casino right now, put all my money in the, slot machines, whatever the hell you call them. Yeah, I can. Anyway, I'd be a winner right now. But you know what? My account is back. I'm up to full effect right now, so I am a winner. And all you guys are winners also. And if you're not subscribed to the J-Dub Show yet and you just happen to be watching this video, go ahead and click that yellow button over there. You know, the one that says subscribe. Easy. Just go ahead and click it. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Just a quick note also before I get into this review. The PWTR show will not be on Saturday. It's usually on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, but this week it will be on Wednesday. Again, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. That's 11 p.m. over there in the UK and Ireland and everything. I always have to give those guys a shout out because they show me a lot of love over there. Anyway, it will be on this Wednesday, 6 p.m. You can catch the link over there in the description box, and maybe an hour and a half before the show actually goes on the air, I will be on Blog TV, so hopefully you join me over on Blog TV, live question and answers or whatever. You know, if it seems like I'm stalling trying to get something else to talk about and not actually talk about this episode, it's for a reason. Because this episode was like, it was bad. I didn't like it. And yeah, I will say one thing. And I know a lot of people might be shocked by this, but this episode reminded me of an episode of Impact. Like this is how bad this episode of Raw is. Anyway, it starts out with WWE Champion Randy Orton and his lackeys. You know, they come down to the ring. He calls out Batista, he calls the audience cowards and everything. And a lot of people boo Randy Orton as they should, but there was a lot of people cheering and also, the idiots in the crowd cheering and, like the smarks. And I will get to that. When I start talking about The Miz, I will get to that because I have to, call them out a little bit. But anyway, he calls out Batista. Batista comes out in the ring. They're talking about their no contact clause that Vicky Guerrero has made. They can't make any physical contact with each other until their match at Judgment Day for the WWE Championship. But yeah, Randy Orton, he extends an offer to Batista to join Legacy. And he uses Arn Anderson being at Ric Flair's side for 10 years, saying everything was all well and good with those guys, and he wants Batista to become his muscle. Batista's like, whatever, forget about it. You know what? One thing that I will say to Batista, because I know, Chris Jericho's watched my videos before, John Cena has, I'll offer this to Batista. You know what? Don't give Randy Orton an answer just yet. Go on to Judgment Day, have the match, kick his ass for the WWE Championship, then see if the offer still stands for you to join Legacy. Easy solution. But yeah, Vicky Guerrero comes out, and she's like, you know what, the no-compete clause, it's over and done with. She doesn't care what condition these guys are in, as long as they go on to compete for her main event at Judgment Day. So she makes a handicap match, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes versus Batista. If Batista wins this match, he will face Randy Orton one-on-one later in the night. If he loses this match, Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, he will face all three members of Legacy in a handicap match. Okay. Yeah, so we have that match. And ignore the screams. I know they're loud, but I have nephews running around the house. If you guys have kids running around the house, you'll understand. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, we have the match that Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes versus Batista next. Batista ends up losing this match by disqualification because Cody Rhodes goes under the ring to get a chair. He comes back up. Batista ends up getting a hand on the chair, and that's when he goes to swing for Cody Rhodes. And at that exact moment, that's when the referee turns around. But he missed a hit, but he was still disqualified though. So it will be a handicap 3-on-1 match later on in the night, Legacy versus Batista. Second match tonight, Mickie James and Kelly Kelly versus Maryse and Jillian Hall. Mickie James and Kelly Kelly end up winning this match. Mickie James delivers a DDT to Maryse, and Maryse ends up losing her second match in a row. Like, I'm over Maryse, actually, because I'm not too keen on losers, and she's basically a loser on Raw. But one thing that I noticed about her that I did not like at all, it seems like she's one of those type of people that will make her opponent look bad if she doesn't win, if she's not supposed to win the match. Because I don't know if that was intentional or she actually did want to make Mickie James look bad. But it's like Maryse was no-selling a lot of Mickie James moves towards the end of the match. And it was an okay match from the towards the beginning, but towards the end of the match, it was totally sloppy. It was totally sloppy, and yeah, I think I'm over Maryse because she's been unimpressive. Next, Chavo Guerrero gives a suggestion to general manager Vicky Guerrero to put John Cena in an exhibition match, basically to where they don't wrestle to a pinfall or anything like that. Basically, they wrestle until Vicky Guerrero says stop wrestling. So yeah, she puts John Cena in the match against The Miz earlier in the night, but after the handicap match, Cody Rhodes goes missing, and I'm looking like he's a grown ass man. They're in the arena, he can walk wherever the hell he wants to. But yeah, uh, Randy Orton and Ted DiBiase Jr. They were making a big deal about it and everything. So they go looking for him, but then they split up. If you watch horror movies, you know that's the one thing you do not do. Do not split up because one of you is getting like your head chopped off. But anyway, yeah, Randy Orton, he goes and he finds Cody, but then they find Ted DiBiase Jr. He's like laid out on the floor, and they're like, "What happened? What happened?" He's like, "Batista, Batista." So Batista obviously kicked his ass, laid him out. Third match of the night, a match that it seems like I would be excited to see because these two guys are two of my favorites in WWE right now, the Brian Kendrick versus Carlito. But I was not excited to see this match whatsoever. Because they had the match like last week on they had this same match last week on Raw, but anyway, the Brian Kendrick ends up winning this match, and it was a quick match too. Also, it was like basically irrelevant. They probably could have just cut it down to a promo because that was the most important thing. Like the match didn't even matter at all. Because after the match, the Brian Kendrick announced that he's going to be looking for a tag team partner, and he will challenge and beat Carlito and his brother for the Unified Tag Team Championships. Next, The Miz comes out. He calls out John Cena once again, and he's doing his little thing on John Cena, saying that his movies suck. And all the stuff like that. The crowd was cheering for him. One thing I will say is, you'll see a lot of people jumping on the Miz bandwagon because all of a sudden he's like the wrestler for the smarks. He's the wrestler for the smarks, love and everything. I'll just say I was a fan of the Miz long before it'll be popular to be a fan of the Miz. I'm just setting the record straight on that one because people will talk about, oh, he sucks, he doesn't belong in WWE, but now watch, all of a sudden he's gonna be great. Anyway, Vicky Guerrero, she just pops up on the Titantron out of nowhere like they do in the Star Trek on the Star Trek show. When the aliens pop up on the Enterprise screen, she just did that out of nowhere. No announcement. She didn't say anything. Just popped up on the screen. Then she was like, "Oh, you know what? This match is over. John Cena, you never beat the Big Show." That's when The Miz delivers a DDT to John Cena. That was over and done with. Next, the best part of the night. Santina, Chavo, Vicky, they're all in her office, and then they're patronizing Santina, saying that she's really a man, that it's really Santino and everything. So they finally try to set the record straight. They call up Beth and Rosa Mendez. They tell Rosa Mendez to go kiss Santina. She goes to kiss her, and then Santina just starts making out with her like full, like lips, tongue, everything. Then Santino, they're like, see, I knew it was Santino. I knew it was Santino. He just can't resist the charm of a woman and everything. Then Santina's like, no, it's just that I'm a lesbiano. That was the funniest part of the night. But yeah, besides that, nothing else was that really memorable on Raw. So Santina Marella, she then defeats Beth Phoenix. Next, VIP Lounge. William Regal is the guest of MVP. Matt Hardy then comes out. Kofi Kingston comes out and attacks Matt Hardy. Then a tag team match, MVP and Kofi Kingston versus William Regal and Matt Hardy, is made. MVP and Kofi Kingston win after Matt Hardy ditched his partner. Seventh and final match of the night: Randy Orton versus Batista. And I missed this part, and I'm glad I actually did, because after Batista took out Ted, he went and found Cody Rhodes, and they went into a closet and we didn't see him for like until like 30 minutes later. But yeah, anyway, Randy Orton comes down to the ring by himself. Then that's when this part, after Batista gets disqualified for attacking Randy Orton with a chair, that's when the rest of the members of Legacy, they finally make an appearance. They attack Batista and everything. Then Batista takes them out. You know, that's the end of that episode of Raw. But it really sucked. I'm wearing this hat in protest because we need Triple H back on Raw. It's been sucking for these past 3 episodes ever since he's been gone. So yeah, you don't know how much you appreciate Triple H until he's gone. Yeah, anyway, that's where I'll end this review. Make sure you rate, subscribe, comment, and peace out.